Next time, when you make your 10K month, we'll do another one, and I will figure out how to.
Just give me 1 minute, and I'll be right there.
Yeah. All right. So, hey guys, welcome. I'm really excited. I'm here with one of my favorite people. Her name is Val, of Valtopia, and this woman is such a genius. And her work is incredibly fantastic, and I'm so grateful to be able to work with genius creative people like her, who are really doing great work in the world. So today we are here to celebrate Val making $5,000, a $5,000 pay in full sale, on the first week of January of the new year, of the new decade. And we've been working on creating this, and we are working on making January, the first month of the new year, of the new decade, her first $10,000 cash month, and we're like super close, so I'm really excited. We will be doing a celebration video when that happens in a few days or weeks, whatever, right?
Today.
So we're basically going to be talking about like her experience creating the sale, working with me and everything, because this is her first time doing a celebration video with me. Not her only time, but her first. And I just want you guys to hear everything from Val's perspective, because you're always hearing things from mine. So Val, tell us a little bit about why you decided to work with me when you did.
Well, when I found you on a Sunday, one of my Sundays where I didn't have my kids and I had a lot of time to myself. And I was feeling something I've felt in my business before, which I'm sure many of you watching have felt this, where you've done a lot of things. Maybe you've launched, maybe successfully, and that has come to some sort of a wrap. And now here you are again, almost like writing the book over again. Like, oh, now what do I do? And I'm a single mom. I've got 2 kids. I've been running this business since 2015, and started selling in 2016. And when I saw you, I watched you for hours. I watched you for several hours, and I loved your first of all, you're very articulate, and it's evident from what you were speaking to me that you understood what I needed. You were speaking directly to me. I'm a highly creative, almost chaotic person. That's part of my alchemy. That's my gift. And most of my experience in life has been about people trying to push me away from my gift or chip away at my gift rather than speak to my gift and address the weaknesses I have to support my gift. And you spoke to my weaknesses and how you were going to help me integrate them into my strengths. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah, that's like, on Monday morning, I woke up from actually that Sunday you messaged me to tell me that you loved my videos, and I saw it.
I decided that day. I was like, oh, I'm booking in with her tomorrow.
And then Monday morning she was like, yeah, I'm working with you. And I got on the phone with her. Well, I sent her an application link, and when I read your application, my entire body lit up. I was like, she's perfect.
Yeah, it's true.
She's gonna do so well working together. And I was like, yes. So I immediately got on, I was like, hey, pick a time, because you're gonna do amazing. And we got on the phone together that day, and 15 minutes later, you were signed on. We were just talking about what we're gonna do next and everything. And it's been a wild ride ever since. So
it always is.
You just created a $5,000 pay in full sale. Tell us about how, from your perception, how that came to pass, how we created that for you.
Well, I want to say it's not my first $5,000 sale.
Yeah.
It has been a minute though, because the first $5,000 sale I had was in January of 2017. And I've been making thousands monthly since, but the most I've ever made at a time, and I made quite a few months in a row, is $5,000, because I started sort of backpedaling from that $5,000 offer into, okay, you can pay me first I started at $1,500 a month, and then $3,000. I kind of went back from a stage of growth that I achieved because of exactly why I booked you in on that Sunday. Where are my next clients going to come in, right? Even though I'm miraculously transformational and all of my clients have incredible results, that doesn't change the fact that I'm a human being that needs to express and share what I do in a way that converts my gift into their solutions.
Yeah.
And so this experience has been everything that you've invited me to do. I've felt like, yes, I've been wanting to do this, but maybe I was too scared or didn't feel clear to me, or I didn't feel safe to do it because I thought it might derail me or something, right? Or I was following a bunch of ideas about what I thought I should do. And I'm a rebel. I've invested a lot of money in different types of mentors because I am very gifted in certain areas and not in others. And so to me, it seems intelligent to hire someone to guide you through an area you don't know. And so that's what you've done with me over these weeks, is to listen very intently to who I am and what I want, and to streamline everything that isn't that out of my daily experience. And that was easy for me to do because I could see it too. Some things I needed that support or impetus or focus and clarity. And so right after I signed up with you, this client lit up and came into my field of view, and she said, I don't know how you showed up on my timeline, and she was instantly, just like I was with you, instantly taken. But for her, she felt like she wasn't in a place where she couldn't invest. And so she began investing in some of my offerings that aren't really available now. Some coloring, well, you can get the coloring book, but she started coloring in my coloring book. She started consuming some of my passive products, and they shifted her tremendously. And then with your guidance, I invited her to start sooner than what she felt comfortable with. Because as we all know, comfy zone doesn't provide growth. It keeps you right where you are.
And you never actually get to it.
You just like keep thinking you're getting comfy, and you're like, I'm not very comfy here. Yeah. So we together, we invited this client to honor her growth and what she desired. And it was very clear that she's the perfect client for me because her body was having, right away when we first started connecting, her body was having a response to expansion. And I'm all about expansion and allowing your body and nervous system to adapt in a growth, cash infusion type of way to that expansion, rather than contracting and going down the spiral and lags and delays and all that kind of thing. And that's exactly what she needed. And she could see that from the work she'd done on her own. And when I spoke to her that day, things ignited and she was ready to go. And I have set an intention that when my clients pay with a credit card, they immediately receive cash infusions. And she did. She booked seven new clients in 3 days. As soon as she paid just the first down payment, and every time she paid, she got more clients and more cash infusions. It was awesome.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about working with Val, and what we've been doing is, so in the past, all of her clients have always gotten stellar and amazing results, and some of them didn't get the amazing results that this client, some of them did, and some of them weren't able to get the financial
results,
results that this client has gotten. And what we were looking at, the first thing I looked at when we started working together, why? And there was no judgment. There was no you must be bad at what you do, because obviously she's amazing at what she does. That's a given. The sun shines out of her ass, whether you see it or not, it's there. So what was it about these people and her gift that didn't match, that weren't lining up for them to create the financial result? Because no matter what it is you do, and what I love about Val is that she's not a business coach. When I talk about my client results, people are like, oh, it's because they're a business coach, or it's because they do this. She works with business owners, but her work isn't about your marketing strategy or your offers or any of that. It has nothing to do with that. She works with your body. She works, well, it has some, of course, it affects your business, but
we talk about my strengths and what I help you with in relation to that. Everything's relational. Yeah.
Exactly. So she's not creating a strategy for you. She's not creating a funnel for you. She's not doing those things. Yet her work is so powerful and so impactful. She's able to create, to co-create sales with her clients. And I was looking at that. And the reason that she's working with business owners is because she wants to. Like, she could create these results with anybody, but her favorite people to work with are business owners, and they get the best results with her. So what I love about your work and what we did is we took something that that didn't seem like, to other people, didn't seem related to sales or marketing or any of that. And we took that and we looked at how it affects and impacts people's sales for the better and creates these results. And then what kind of people, what kind of business owners would get the maximum benefit from that? And once we really like honed in on that person, literally we did that like week 1, and then your client showed up. It was like she just showed up and we're like, oh, hey. And it took a while for us to convert her, not gonna lie. It took about 3 or 4 weeks. But I think I woke up one day and I was like, she can convert this lady today. Like, we can get her to sign on today. And so I messaged her and I was like, here's what you need to say, like what's going on with her. And we strategized. We planned this out via Voxer. Like, no, we didn't do a big call or anything. We just planned it out via Voxer, what this woman needed to hear from Val. Because here's the thing, guys, your clients, the people who have full body reactions to you, who know that you are their person, if they do not sign on with you immediately, there's what they really need to know is that you see them as the powerful beings that they are, not the limited version of themselves that they believe that they are, but who they actually are. And what this client needed from Val is to know that Val didn't accept her bullshit. Like, Val didn't believe that she was limited and that she needed to wait another month to work with her after waiting 3 or 4 weeks. Like, she didn't believe that. And so, and I didn't believe that. So we talked about this together, about how to do this. We didn't need to shame her because that wouldn't help. It would only like victimize her even more. We didn't need to shame her. We didn't need to tell her that she was being a victim or any of those things. We just needed to show her, and Val is amazing at that, which is even better, to show her who she really was. Like, to hold the mirror up to her and say, listen, woman, you're powerful. You can commit to this and you can do this for yourself. And that's exactly what she did. She committed. She was scared. She committed. And then she paid. And then she paid. And then she paid. And now she's paid in full. And it took like a week.
Well, and here's the thing, beyond the $5,000 sale, beyond converting this client, what this is about for me, and the fact that I like to work with business owners, I like to work with people who are changing paradigms around money, prosperity, health, and wellness. And it has taken me so long to get over my money stories, despite my talent, despite my incredible magnetism and lots of world life experience and incredible testimonials from my clients. My own bullshit stories keep me from my success. And so I like to work with powerful leaders who are helping people get up and fix their lives with money. And that's what this client does. She doubles people's money. And so for her to be stuck in her own money story was unacceptable to me. She worked in corporate. She has incredible experience. She's a powerful coach and leader. She already had a thriving business. But as happens to the best of us, the business can get stagnant and stale when we do. And she needed to, you know what made a difference in her business? She's been dancing to my bongos. She's been coloring in my coloring books. She's been enjoying herself. That's not all that we've been doing. I'm not going to say, okay, she, had fun with herself and suddenly made $1 million. It's not like that, but it's a whole picture. And there's a lot of work that was done on the emotional, energetic side behind the scenes. But the truth is that her choice now is to honor herself as the overflow fountain of this amazing source of life-changing transformation. Yeah. And now that's where she's coming from. And the work we did together, even from the moment of me not believing her bullshit story that she wasn't ready to pay, that's where the transformation started. And that came with your support.
Yes.
Because I needed to step and put it on my pants. And I've done it plenty of times, but I had gotten stagnant and into a little bit of a lull. Yeah. And you were like, wake up, bitch, let's get back to work.
Do you know how powerful you are? What are you doing? And that's the biggest thing. Like, in order for this client to own up because this is what I talk about when it comes to being in integrity with the person who creates the sales. You cannot inspire someone to get out of their comfort zone and get out of their bullshit and claim their gifts and their magnetism and everything if you're not willing to do the same, you know? And with you, Val, what we really, I mean, obviously you're amazing and magnetic and everything, and you knew that, but here's what I love about high achieving creative entrepreneurs like you. It's like, you know, you're awesome, and then you forget, like, and you forget, and then you need that reminder. And that's what we did over the last few weeks, where we were like, hey, not just, and this is why I talk about grounded confidence, because it's not just about, oh yeah, I'm amazing, like, yeah, I'm great. It's like really understanding, why is your gift so powerful? Why is it that she got those amazing results? Because as soon as she started getting these results, I was like, okay, great, you're awesome, yes, now why? How did she get these? Like, what's going on? So that we could, and the reason that I did this is it was for you. It's for your confidence. So that, because life is going to throw shit at you again, you know, as always, for everybody. And for you, for your genius not to ever be questioned ever again. And the biggest thing that questions it is your logical mind. And it's for it not to be questioned, so that even through the shit storms, even through things that are going on with you, you're still signing clients. You're still serving your clients. Your clients are still getting amazing results because you deserve it.
And so do my clients. And so do my clients' clients. Yeah. And I think that's what a lot of those of us who are creative and gifted with magic, it feels like magic for us too. And the reason we get lost is because we don't stay focused in that service and the final result that we're bringing through. This isn't about everybody getting rich and having a fancy fucking handbag, honey. This is about us taking care of ourselves and knowing that, and then sharing that with our brothers and sisters, the ones that light up and plug it into us. And to me, that's all I focused in, and that's what I've focused on. And it's been harder for me to talk about money and tangible results. And a lot of the work that I do is super weird and behind the scenes and is phenomenal, but once it happens, you think, did that really happen? And a lot of my clients, I think, you know, that afterwards they're like, huh, well, that's just me. It's like, no, you were in there, and then we did this work, and now you remembered who you are, and that's what, you know. So it gets tricky for alchemists and healers and creatives to speak about what they say, because not only do you have your own personal stuff you need to release, and then the work is esoteric and hard to explain, and the results are hard to nail down. So that's what you do to help us.
It's so fun for me. It's like, oh my God, this lady's weird as fuck. Let's make this logical so people can understand how amazing she is, because she's great. Like, I can see it. You don't see it? Okay, let's make sure they see it too.
Yeah.
Where else come from? Because this client, when we realized that this client that you got, like, that you're, and the clients that are going to work best for you are like logical people, you were like, but I'm weird.
They're not going to understand, right?
And you got this boss, person with a corporate background who's super logical and strategic to play bongo, to dance to your bongos and make a bunch of sales and sign a bunch of new clients. Not just doing that, as we said, but like partially like doing that. And that is part of how she created the results that she did. So yeah, like I could go on and on and on and on about the transformation you've had and the transformation she's had, because like this is my favorite part. But I don't want to drag this on for too long. So I do want to be fully transparent and say that it took you about 8 weeks for you to finally see a result of us working together. Do you want to talk a little bit about that experience for you and why it is that you feel that this happened?
Sure. And I love to be honest and authentic about my journey, because I thought I couldn't do this at one point. I didn't even know what my gifts were, and wasn't doing this just a few years ago. And now I've served like literally hundreds of people, and my client, you know, it's tens of clients that have paid me and all that. So, here's what I think. There's a combination of things. I've invested, my ear is going, I've invested a lot of money. I got divorced a couple years ago, and I was in a completely different, I worked as a film effects artist. I was sitting in a cubicle all day. It was a completely different life. And so I've invested in a lot of coaches, both spiritual coaches, because I realized I'm a spiritual leader, even though suddenly I wasn't, suddenly I am. So I felt like, well, I better get some certifications and know what I'm doing here. Mm-hmm. So I was in that world. And then I realized, well, I'm going to be a single mom. So I need my business to work. Nobody's taking care of me. How do I make business? And then I started learning over the time, I want to talk about money and heal this situation, but I didn't know that first. Mm-hmm. And so I had invested in a lot of different guides and mentors who helped me peel a lot of layers away. But what had also happened is new layers of obligation and indecision and rules and shoulds got piled on top of me about how I'm supposed to show up as an online entrepreneur, as a messenger. I mean, I had all these ideas about what I'm supposed to do. Because when you first start in your phone, in your living room talking, I mean, I felt like an idiot when I first started. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. And then you show up every day and you begin evolving. So by the time you got to me, I felt like I had a whole bunch of things going. Mm-hmm. And they've been wonderful, and I've reached a lot of people that way. But essentially the shift that I made over those 8 weeks was from being a type of performer messenger with a very powerful message. I love my message, and I've helped thousands of people. I have thousands of followers, and I have hundreds of them who have enjoyed looking at me every day. And I have people who wake up and watch me on YouTube. Have they invested in my offerings? Most of them no. So I love you dearly, my fans and people. And in order for me to grow as a leader and as a guide and to focus on the intentions that I've been given, which one of them in 2016 was to serve corporate women who were very structured. So the directive is divine, right? We do get our instructions. And so I realized that my instructions had gotten delayed and distracted by all of these various programs I was running and platforms I was expressing myself on. And I had gotten into this space of mind, which I think most of us get into, like, I have to do all the things. And then you're doing all the things. And I have a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old and an ex-husband to deal with and a puppy and dating. I got shit to do. And meanwhile, I'm trying to like be everywhere all the time with no financial return, little satisfaction. That's a recipe for depression and burnout and quitting. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of times I thought, what am I doing here? Even though the thing that kept me coming back is, no, we're doing like incredible transformation. Like people's lives are changing from this work. So you helped me get back into alignment according to my intentions. You know, one thing I want to make clear is, you know, when you watch Smo, she's like, I'm going to tell you what to do. She's not telling you what to do because she thinks it's a good idea. She's intuitive. She's following my guidance. My priestess is all up in your being going, tell her to do this, right? So, and you listen and ask a shit ton of questions, as I do with my clients. And so our directives come from listening clearly and detached from a place of guidance to what your client wants and redirecting them back to that. And the intentions and desires that I had were not aligned to me being everywhere and dispelling all of my life force for people who could give it or take it. And that's one of my life stories, right? So our business aligns with our personal stories. And you've worked, here's the other thing. You've worked very deeply with me every day. And I needed that. And that's what my clients need too. I hate to talk about need. And there's a lot of shaming that goes on in this business that comes from marketing and comes from people positioning themselves. And when you're vulnerable and looking for support, you don't see that. You just see, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. Or, oh, that's information I need to know. Or, oh, I'm doing it wrong. And all this. And you're not doing anything wrong. You need to find someone that's going to take more than a 10-minute look at your message and blah, 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 give you some information and send you back to your journal. No, you're actually you're looking at my Facebook feed. You spend you spend 2 hours with me on my sessions. You are there all the time consistently when I message you, and work through the things that for me would leave me spinning. I'm a business owner. I've just invested thousands in you. You bet your ass I want you on the phone with me working through the thing I'm spinning through. Do you know that you can spend thousands of dollars on people and they won't do that for you? I'm not one of those people, and Samoa is not one of those people. She will be in your business with you day to day, and there's nothing shameful about that. That's what I want to say. There's nothing wrong with that. Why shouldn't I get day-to-day support through things that freak me out or I don't understand for someone I'm paying thousands of dollars to, okay?
The funny thing is, I don't even do it. Like, in my head, it's like it's not even about the money. Like, it's not, oh, you paid me thousands of dollars for me to do this. It's
but that's where people are when we're thinking about investing.
I get you. I want you to get results.
Right. And you're spinning in confusion and indecision. And so you paid someone to help you through that indecision, and you can't, it's not happening. That's when the plug-in isn't happening. And so you relish me coming with my problem because you actually can see it and give me a solution. And I'm super excited to get that solution so I can get back to my clients and my kids and my life, and not just keep doling out money to somebody that's drip feeding me comments day to day and sending me back to my journal. I'm not trying to be a bitch, but that happens in this world.
She's hilarious.
I'm not one of those people, by the way.
Yeah, I totally agree. And the biggest thing, that is actually like what I feel happened over the last 8 weeks. It's like you had a lot of shoulds. Like, I should be doing, like, you even asked me, you're like, how many times should I be posting? And I was like, it doesn't matter now. It really doesn't matter. And that's the message I want to share with you guys. Like, I know there's so much noise out there about what you should be doing in your business and in your marketing. And I love what you said, because this is why one of my clients called me a witch. What I do with you, like, so that Sunday when I decided you were going to make a sale, I was like, yep, she's going to make the sale. She's going to sign this person on. What I was listening to is that voice that is directly connected. Like, that's why I feel such a deep connection with my clients. It's like, I literally am connected to you, and I'm listening, always listening. Okay, what does this client need? What does this client need so that she can get the sale? And the biggest thing that I've noticed, and this is for everybody because I'm the same way, like, we don't listen. We have that voice. We just don't listen. Yeah. Like, it's not that I'm special and I have special access to this voice. Like, no, like, you have it too. Everyone does. We just don't listen to it all the time. And because we create delays, like you said, and doubt, and we don't get the results that we want. Mm-hmm. But as your mentor, as someone who is just as invested in you creating the results you want as you are, because I know that the more, like, you creating this $5,000 pay in full, it's not about the money. It's the impact you've already created on this person's life and her client's lives.
Oh, it's rippling out. Yeah, it's like rippling out.
Yeah, it's like that ripple. And then your next 5K pay in full, like, what that's gonna do, and then your 12K sale, like, what that's gonna do. It's like the more money these people have invest in working with you and in themselves, the bigger and the deeper the impact goes. Yeah. And it's seeing and creating all of that with you, and like and guiding you through that. Mm-hmm. That is what I'm here for. That is why I have access to that voice, and that is why I'm going to push you even when it's uncomfortable and you don't want to do it. And you're like, I don't want to. And all of my clients do this, and it's hilarious because I'm like, but you need to, and that's why you hired me. So I want to say something. I want to interrupt you. I want to say something because, you were saying, I asked about how many times to post, and you're like, you could do whatever you want. I want you to know, like, some of the guides I had were really encouraging. I'm a creative, and I know you work with creatives, to me to be myself. That's not what worked for me, to just get on and be myself. And I want to say that because there's a very prevalent notion that if you just get on and speak your truth, then the money flows. You know what? It doesn't work like that. And there came a point where you said to me one day,
you're not talking to the right person. And it was because I was following a notion of what it means to show up and how to do it and share and be authentic, which is all that stuff can be powerful. It might work for somebody, but it wasn't working for me because my medicine is specific. And we figured that out because the people I intuitively and divinely connected with when I first had like these huge empire $1 million results were the type of people that I am now reconnecting to. It does happen to be, it's like human design. We plug into people for a certain reason, and we're complementing each other. So if I'm out here just playing bongos and being all myself, talking about my woo stuff without bringing in all the part that was missing that I kind of wanted to avoid because it's not really comfortable, but that's the part I needed to talk to, because actually those people don't have all this stuff that's easy for me, and this stuff that we come together. Nice. So if I'm just out there going la 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 la, then I'm going to get a bunch of people going, yay, let me go la 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 with Val, but ain't nobody paying for. They're not changing, and their money story's not getting any better. So
yeah, I want to address that because it's not about not being yourself either.
Right.
We want, like, you're an absolutely amazing magnetic person, so we want you to be yourself, and with intention, with direction. We were actually talking about this in our session earlier today. It's like if you could have like a big thing of water, and if it's just sitting there, it's just gonna sit there and like be stagnant. Eventually it's gonna smell like it's not gonna be fun for anybody around it. Whereas when you have a little bit of structure, you don't want too much structure because then the water doesn't flow. It still doesn't go anywhere. Like it's just sitting there. But when you have enough structure, a strong enough structure, it flows. When you got pipes, the water flows through everything. So it's not like that creativity, that beautiful, big creative mind that you have. Like what a lot of creatives do is like they're spinning, like you said, they're spinning around, following other people's rules, like doing all the things without actually creating the results they want, because you're not going anywhere. Like you're spinning, you're going this way. There's no direction. And so the biggest thing that I've enjoyed doing with you, and that we're going to continue doing, is like in your messaging, in your marketing, because you're already showing up. So I don't have to teach you to do that. You know how to show up. You know how to create content. You know how to.
Visibility is not my problem.
Exactly. But and for most of my clients, like they have an audience. They have people who tune into them. So the problem is you're not getting you're not making $10,000 a month, and that is what you want. And you're not making it the way that you want to be making it, even if you're making, because you were making consistent $5,000 a month before we met. And it was still not fully how you wanted to be making it either. Like, how amazing is it that it's the middle of January, you've made $5,000 this month already, and it was with one person.
It's so beautiful. And her results are exponential, and her clients' results are exponential. She's delighted. She can't wait to sign up for the next thing. And she's dancing and feeling joy and making money. And her people are making money. She's a mom and a grandma. We're not talking about privileged, exclusive people who already have money. We're talking about people who've been through some difficulty and built up. This is the real deal.
Yes. Amazing to see that. So I'm really excited about this amazing result that you've created and the impact you're already creating with her and her people and her people's people. It's really refreshing to experience that with you, and like to experience that with all of my clients too. So I have one last question for you. What would you say to someone watching this who is considering working with me?
Run, get in there if you can. I know you said there's only one spot left, and y'all better run and get it as you're aligned to, if you're creative and you already have your thing and you're doing all the things, you don't know why. Your particular help is so specific and deep and results oriented and profound. Like, it's really beautiful. You're the most, and you're so young to me. Like, it's so cool. I think it's fucking really great, because I'm 49. I'm age is a number. I'm not going to discriminate against somebody. If you're articulate and you're speaking to me and you're showing me what I need, I'm in. And you're brilliant. You're brilliant, and you're attentive, and you're committed, and you're clear, and you're dependable, and your results are phenomenal because you're actually really vested and you really care and you're so professional and you're fucking phenomenal. And I'm stoked to work with you. I signed on for another round because I was like, damn, this is the best shit ever. And all my friends are like, I'll tell them and they'll be like, she's good for you. That's been so good. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you heard it from her. I'm really, she did sign on and I was really excited because there's so, the biggest thing with the clients that I work with is I can always see the bigger, deeper vision. Like I know we're focusing, okay, let's work with these people and let's create this and let's create these results. And we're focused on that. But I'm also holding like this bigger vision for you and what I see you creating and how you can impact the world with your gift. And I'm really excited to see like each time you re-sign, like we continue this work together, just how much closer we're getting to that big vision. So I'm really excited for what we're going to create together. We'll be back, guys.
Yes.
We will be back with another celebration video when she makes her $10,000 cash month, when she makes her $15,000 cash week, 20K cash week, whatever it is. We're going to be back and we're going to talk about how we created that. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you, Val, for sharing your experience with everybody else. I will see you guys later. Bye. Love you guys.